My name's David Vanderslice, and I grew up here at the Heights. My wife Carol and I met each other in college and moved back to Dallas after that and rejoined the Heights and raised our three children here. My dad was a preacher. I'm a preacher's kid. He happened to be preacher of Richardson Heights Baptist Church. He started it back in the late 1950s. It was a great place for them to start a church. But I think when they talked about starting a family, they really wanted to be intentional about raising up their children in an environment where the expectations were not set up on a pedestal. And I really respect my dad for that decision and the way that he and my mom decided to raise us. The characteristics that he, I think, showed the most to us as a family and to me as a son was a sense of trust and a sense of allowing us freedom to make decisions, but also guidelines to kind of keep us in the boundaries that he wanted us as a family and me as a son to be. So when I was 15, I specifically remember a conversation with him because I wanted to have a dirt bike. And so I had this whole presentation for him on why I should have the dirt bike. And I fully expected to have an argument on my hands whenever I talked to him about this. And to my surprise, he said, okay, if you want to work for this and save up for it, I'm okay with you having a dirt bike. Because he had faith in me to make good decisions, that he allowed me to do that. And those are the kinds of things that I think I took with me as a father to be able to trust my own kids to make good decisions and allow them to do things that maybe my first reaction would have been a no. And there was that same trust factor I think that we had with them that my dad showed to me as I was growing up, in allowing them to do things and make decisions and always knowing where they are and always knowing who they're hanging around with, but at least be able to have the confidence that we felt like they were making good decisions and we could give them that independence and kind of take that risk, but trust that they would do the right things. We also wanted them to have a faith that was their faith and not just ours. And that's something I think as we've seen them grow older, we're very proud of, and they are involved in their churches and have adopted that. My dad and mom were very intentional about us having prayer times at night. As we got older as a family and as we were younger, just the individual time, beside our bed. And that was something that just almost naturally flowed through to our kids. And I really believe as their kids get older, they'll see their kids doing the same thing. And I was blessed to have an earthly father that was so full of grace and love and trust that I really believe that's how I see my Heavenly Father, because that's the way that my earthly father treated me. And I think as fathers, we have to step back sometimes and realize that that's one of the most important things we can do for our kids is cast a good vision for them of what and who and our Heavenly Father is. And so I don't know that I always did that with my children, but I think because of the influence that my dad had on me and passed that along, I tried to be that to them, and I would hope that they would see their Heavenly Father as a God full of grace and trust and mercy on us.